New paragraph. So there's a mountain going on. New paragraph. 2020, August 15th, 23:18 p. New paragraph. So you have that the voyage of Voyager 6, and it going out and going to location 1, going to location 2, and then returning home with some poetic license in the middle. That is very close to the foundation storyline. So new paragraph. In Battlestar Galactica, you have the same paragraph. You have that same functionality structure to the storyline. To having to regroup and go back home to rebuild, and then continue to attack the Cylons, to defend against the Cylons, because the Cylons are hell bent on destruction of that which created them. Period. New paragraph. Now, when we go to Mormonism, and of course psychology and the history that created those two things, things become really complicated real quick. And by real complicated real quick, I'm not whistling Dixie. I'm not joking around in any way, shape, or form. This is some complicated stuff here. Period. New paragraph. Because in the first one, if the Gospel's number one, if I just take it off of those storylines, the new paragraph, the storyline of Freemasonry and the hypermachenia philia, and the Sistine Chapel, and in some odd way have the Abbey of Milan, and the whole Odysseus thing. That's a really complicated story all by itself. But there's some missing pieces in the puzzle in that situation. Okay, it's pretty easy to have an assembly of information that starts with Da Vinci assembling all those tools and all that material in his first decade, being both in Italy, studying, and coming back and forth from Italy into France, and then studying from the archives in France, under the tutelage of the French royal family, and having direct interaction with the British. Not the English, the British, mind you. This is in the 1400s. There was still the Kingdom of Ogle. And the Kingdom of Ogle at that point was still pretty powerful. Although they would lose almost all that power in the next century under the Tudors. This is still the 1400s. They're still powerful, although under attack. And then you have the functionality and structure of that information, so it's entirely possible for Leo to develop all this technology to be able to interact with Rome, interact with the Abbey of Milan, and then build Versailles. That dynamic is fairly well easy to statistically show the evidence for. Comma, period, new paragraph.